Hello beautiful, welcome back to my channel and welcome to this video where we are gonna again dive into another indie brand and just try out some new fun stuff. This is gonna be a little bit of a bonus video because I did get this palette in the mail basically like 30 minutes ago, and this is the new all done up palette and collection. Actually, there are more things from Nomad Cosmetics. This is releasing tomorrow on the 15th. So I thought, let's do some swatches, let's try it out, let's see what this is all about, just so we can have some thoughts on it before it releases tomorrow. And if you haven't been there before, if this is your first video here, hello, my name is Angie. I am such a lover of beauty makeup and especially love indie brands. I'm so excited to be talking about indie brands once again on my channel. If you want to see more of that, you want to hear more about brands that you might not hear about on all of the other channels, please don't forget to subscribe because I do upload at least 5 videos a week. And yeah, this is a little bit of a bonus video because this did show up, and I'm gonna have some videos throughout this weekend as well because there are some things coming, but don't worry about me. I'm not stressing. I'm very excited about filming this. I know you sometimes worry about me burning out. I'm doing fine. I'm in a very good mood. I'm super excited to be playing with this. Did get this in PR and it is releasing, like I said, tomorrow on the 15th. And you can use the code Angelica and you can get 10% off your order. There's also 4 lip liners and 4 liquid lipsticks. I have 2 of the colors here, 2 of the colors of lip liners, and 2 of the colors of liquid lipstick. So we'll try that out as well. And there is a cream gel liner plus a brush. So I thought maybe we'll do, I don't know, neutrals with a twist, because that is what this palette is. This is, according to me, neutrals with a twist, and this is in true Blend Bunny fashion. It is a very light row, a mid-tone row, a very dark row, and then there is a row of shimmers. This palette is smaller than the palettes that she has released before, and I brought out one of her like recent palettes so that we can compare the sizes, because this one is smaller. And I'm pretty sure I saw a price for this palette, and I will leave that in the description box together with all the other things that I'm going to be talking about today. Everything is going to be in the description box, and if I see release time, I'll put that as well down below because I haven't seen that floating around yet, but I'm sure that I will be able to fetch that as soon as I start editing this video. So yeah, this is going up on Friday, and I am filming this on Friday, and I'm just very, very excited. I brought out this is the Search. All of her other palettes from Blend Bunny, this is, like I said, this is the Search. It's a bigger palette, has been this size, but this one is smaller. And I feel like Blend Bunny, she really listened. And that is something that I feel like indie brands are doing so well. Not that there was anything wrong with doing big palettes, but a lot of customers were saying, can we have some smaller palettes too? And I really feel like with this color story, she was able to do like a compromise. She is still keeping the concept with the light, medium, dark shimmer. She eliminated 1 row on the side and 1 row at the bottom, making it just a little bit more palatable if you are just not the person for super big palettes. And I totally get you. I do prefer this size, but that's just me. I like something that is a little smaller, a little bit more, I don't want to say curated because I really think that she curates her palettes really well, but I feel like this is just very interesting. I think that this one is a neutral palette with twist. You have 2 rows with more brownie colors, one that's more almost like grungy cool tones, and then you have one that's more like brownie cocoa colors, and then you have a mustard, a cool tone green, and a gray row. This is a white, a gray, and a black, and then we have the metallics at the bottom. This one is an iridescent green. I can see that in the palette. The one that's called Shine, it is an iridescent green. We have a bronze, a gold, a silver, and a rose gold, and an iridescent green. I think that this is, like I said, it's a neutral palette with a grungy undertone with a little bit of a twist, and I do appreciate that. It takes a lot for a neutral palette to make me go, oh, and I really feel like this one did something. I'm only wearing foundation and bronzer on my face right now and some brows, and I thought we'd use the highlighter palette once more. This is the release that she had before this one. This is the Nocti Lucent palette, the highlighter palette. Whoop! I have been using this one a little bit off screen, but I've only used it once on camera. So I thought that maybe today, if I can find a brush, maybe today could be the day that we use it once more. So do we want to do, this is a very, like you can see how highlighted this is. I'm thinking I'm going to do Enlighten, simply because I think I'm going to do a little bit more of a neutral look. And this is like a more gold. This highlighter palette is poppin'. Like, this is a scene from outer space. This is not a go under the radar with a, you know, glow from within there but not there highlighter look. No, this is highlighter, capital letter. These highlighters are also duochrome or multichrome, so if you're into that, this could be for you. These can also, of course, be used as eyeshadows too. Or at least that's what I'm gonna do. I will say this formula is a little bit sparkly, just so you know. I'm just letting you know. There is a little sparkle in this one, but it is a perfect, like, very, you know, there formula if you want to have that super, super highlighty cheek. So I have two different colors here. I have the one that's called Doll Face and I have the one that's called Tease. And I think that these lip liners accidentally came without the mark, like the name on them. So she gave them like bundled together. And yeah, this is the one that's Doll Face. It is like a red, I think. I don't know if this is like really red. Actually, let me show you swatches of this one, like how this looks. Maybe the lip liner is more red, or maybe I don't have the correct lip liner because again, these aren't, they don't have markings on them, because this one seems like a dark red, if we're gonna be totally honest. And this one seemed a little bit more of a muted. You see the swatches. If you can tell me if you feel like these match or not. And the next one is then the one that is a brown. So this one is Tease. And let me actually, while I unpack this one, I'll just put the swatches up of this one as well, and we can just see what it looks like. Yeah, this is the more browny one. I am for some reason wearing a lip liner. I don't know, am I on drugs? Like, what's going on? But I'll apply this one. Listen, this is a bonus video. I'm doing this off the cuff. It is what it is. Ooh, that is very pigmented, very creamy, and a lot darker, as you can see, of what I'm wearing. Okay, so yeah, she did say that a couple of these lip liners, like the ones that I have here, came without like the name on them. So I think you could get those at a little bit of a discount. I feel like I saw something like that just flashing by on Instagram as I was like scrolling. So this is the one in Tease, the liquid lipstick. Wow, what a nice formula. This is a very 90s brown. It is very... It is not liquidy, it's more moussey, but it's definitely a super thin moussey formula. And I can tell instantly that this is gonna be probably one of those that dry down. One thing that's really nice with these palettes is that, like, if you're in a pinch or you just don't want to think, you can literally just go row by row and just do something. Obviously, I want to try something else. I think I'm gonna start with this one because I just think that this one, Unexpected, is just such a wonderful mustardy light brown, and I really want to try that one. So let's do that. We're just gonna try out the formula. Okay, while I try out this formula, let me tell you about how I normally feel about the Blend Bunny formula, and I'm gonna do it in a really short amount of time. Blend Bunny has some of the best mattes out there. Truly extraordinary, pigmented, blendable, buildable mattes. You can start with the lightest color, you can start with the darkest color, you can do what I like to do, which is to start with the color that you like to be the center of attention. Like this mucky mustard. I feel like this is the kind of dungeon mucky yellowy brown that I would like to base the look on. And you can build the mattes on there, or if you want to start with the lightest one, like, it's just a very versatile formula. It is very pigmented, which means that sometimes if you do add too much and you add it where you don't want it to be, it can be a little bit hard to blend out if you get a lot of pigment in the wrong space because of how pigmented it is. So I will say, when it comes to these more pigmented formulas, try to work with smaller brushes over working with bigger brushes, because precision is your friend when it comes to super pigmented formulas, unless you are very light on your hands, which I am not. Okay, I am a clumsy bitch, and I will go in and I will stab myself in the eye over being like feather light with the brush. We all have our journeys. This is mine. This is just one eyeshadow, and clearly you can see that if I just am a bit more precise in the beginning and then blend on the edges, you can get this result with one eyeshadow and one brush. So yeah, this is just a really, really good formula. I'm gonna do a pencil brush now, and I'm gonna do the same shade, and I'm gonna do that under my eyes. And then I think we're gonna try and deepen this up with the cool tone green, like the dark color, just to see how these colors jive with each other if we pick from different rows. I mean, we're wild and crazy. We're rebels over here. So this is what I'm thinking. We've been in this row right now, and this is a very dark, sooty, yellow leaning brown. And I thought we'd jump and we go into this one, which is a cool tone green that's called Shapely. And we'll see what happens when we blend that super dark cool tone green over this warm, mucky mustard. I hope, maybe I should say, that this is going to be good. Very, very pigmented. And I'm using an even smaller brush now. I have a rule that the darker the color, the smaller the brush. That is perfection. Wow, that is so pretty. Look at that. Let's use some of that on the outer half of the lower lash line too. And then maybe it's time for the shimmer. This is the perfect grungy fall neutrals. Look at that. I am the leaf. I am channeling a fall leaf. I am becoming the leaf. So this is blended enough for me. This is what I like in a blend. Like it's good enough. We're not trying to do perfect. We're not trying to do like the super smooth like Instagram makeup. We're doing actual makeup. You know, the one you kind of like get out of the house in. I love a pastel yellow. This is called Futures. I hope I'm pronouncing this correctly. This is when it shows that English. It's hard. So I think I'm going to use this one. And I think I'm going to use that on my inner corner. And just a little bit to meet up. We'll see how pigmented this is. I love a matte inner corner. And I love a really pigmented pastel. Oh yeah, this definitely shows up. I will say the one that I have in my palette with Oden's Eye, it is a little bit more yellow than this, I would say. But maybe that is just me imagining also. So I'm just following up a little bit with this, and you can see that it's not blended here, but we're gonna have a shimmer there, so don't worry about that. I'm just putting some matte in the as a little foundation. I love a matte inner corner. If you have not tried a matte inner corner yet, this is your friendly reminder. A matte inner corner is flattering on an older skin. I mean, I'm not older, but like as things start to shift, I'm 38. So flattering. It doesn't like enhance any of those nooks and crannies. And it's also such an awakening. Oh, love it. We are gonna do Shine, which is this one. This is the green iridescent. So I don't know if this is gonna look good or not. This is basically like, this is the theming of all of my makeup looks. I hope this works out. Not sure, but I hope. I am gonna spray that because it is a little bit flaky, which some duochromes tend to be sometimes. And wow. Okay. So we're doing that here. And I'm not putting this in the inner corner. I'm putting this on the inner half of the lid. This is definitely a topper. It doesn't have a lot of base color, but toppers are great because you can manipulate them and they will morph depending on what you put them on top. And they're very, very flattering. That looks incredible. Okay, so that is basically gonna be the look. Absolutely incredible. Ooh! We have the gel eyeliner. Let me finish this up and then we can do eyeliner. Because obviously we have to try the eyeliner. Right? It's in the collection. So the gel liner is just black. And it is in a pot like this with the Blend Bunny logo on the top. And there is a brush that I already misplaced. Hello? Oh, here it is. And it's very thin. So... okay, why am I smelling a gel liner? Send help. So let's see. How is my makeup holding off? I've been wearing this all day. It is currently 6 o'clock. It's currently 6 o'clock and I did this makeup. I don't remember really when, but I don't know what I'm doing. I've been wearing it for quite some hours, that's what I'm saying. I don't want to have too much on my brush because I'm not as good with gel liner as I am with like a liquid liner pen. So I'm trying to like slowly but surely. But this is a formula that doesn't pick up like too much on the brush, which is a little bit more user friendly. Why did I go overboard with a line like that? It's like I'm trying to time travel back to 2016. Since we're out here doing neutral looks, I'm gonna use a brown pen in my waterline to get this to be smoky without like black. I actually have been enjoying doing somewhat smoky eyes with neutrals lately, especially when I can incorporate yellow, because repeat with me, the combination of brown and yellow is a totally underrated combination that's just honestly super pretty, and I'm so excited that this palette is exploring that combination. There we are, everything is on. Do you remember, listen, I'm making no sense, but do you remember when like you could not see a makeup look on YouTube without a winged liner? And I feel like winged liners had their moment and they kind of disappeared, and now we're more into like graphic liners or liners as like more an accent and not like the vocal point of the eye look. And I will say there's something very sexy about a winged liner, and I feel like I wore it like today and also like a couple of days ago, and I was like, huh, so maybe I should explore that a little bit more because I do really like how this looks. So quick mini review of just the first, this is just the first impression, but so far the shimmers is the really good Gourmande Cosmetics shimmer formula. She did change it around like palette 2 or something, and this is the good one. Like, this looks incredible. It picked up beautifully, it went on beautifully. The mattes are that beautiful Gourmande Cosmetics formula that is pigmented and blendable, but yeah, go in at either a little at a time or with a smaller brush if you're gonna pack it on, because otherwise if you pack on too much in the wrong spot, it can take you a little extra time to blend out. But honestly, I think that this looks beautiful. The liquid lipstick, it's dried down, it's not transferring at all, but it doesn't feel crusty, at least not yet. It feels really good. I feel like my makeup is like deteriorating in front of our eyes. It's been a day, okay? This is the last video that I'm filming this week for YouTube, and I've actually filmed 10 YouTube videos this week. Yeah, I'm shocked too. It is what it is. I love it though, but I'm looking forward to having a little bit more of a slower week next week. It's gonna be real nice to just sit down and edit a bit of this. But yeah, really enjoyed this palette. Do remember that this is launching tomorrow in case you were interested in getting a neutral palette with a little bit of a twist, if that is something that you want to add to your collection, or if you really love neutrals and maybe you want to get neutrals that are just a little bit different. Because this isn't one of those, a bunch of browns and a gold and out the door. This has some meaning. This has a little bit of a twist to it. So yeah. Let me know if you have any questions down below. Don't forget to check the description box for more info. I am pretty much rambling on at this point because it is now 20 minutes past 6 and I'm gonna sit down and edit this. I hope you're having an absolutely amazing day, and I will see you tomorrow for a bonus video. And I actually have one more bonus video that I'm gonna have this week. You're amazing. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.